So please welcome Lesley Pennington.
Hey.
First of all, you have to tell us about your time at Apple. You worked there.
Yes, I worked at Apple. Actually, about 20 years ago, I worked in Silicon Valley for a period of time, and then I also worked for Apple in Europe, representing European developers from a pan-European perspective.
Yeah. And what did you learn from that time?
I think the most important thing that I learned at Apple was about the importance of diversity. At Apple, they would bring in people to work in teams that they recruited from countries all over the world. They would bring in the very top MBA students from Harvard and Stanford, and then they would find people who had worked in the industry for several years that had no college education whatsoever. And they would mix these teams up. And I think out of diversity comes creativity, and out of creativity comes innovation. So I believe very, very strongly in diversity and diversity of teams and thinking.
Now your own business is loved in more than 35 countries.
Yes.
What is the key factor to have achieved that?
I believe very strongly in focusing on a niche market. If you have a niche market, a niche product, niche service, you can address a global market. Look at Fishbrain, for example, where they've created a worldwide community and become a unicorn as well. So I think that that you can focus very, very carefully. I think also that we have grown organically. Our Bemz is 10 years old, and we have grown organically during the last 10 years, which means that we had to become profitable and that we grew with customers. And I think that's also really, really important, because you need customers in order to understand customer needs. And sometimes we could wish that we didn't have customers because it was very difficult, but that, I think, made us into a better company.
Yeah. You're going to tell us more about your business idea and
yes,
everything that you achieved.
Yes.
The stage is yours.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everyone. And just to give you a brief introduction to Bemz, I heard that you had a small introduction. Bemz has been in the market for 10 years now. It's a Swedish company, but we sell products to 35 markets worldwide. We produce, design, and sell sofa covers for IKEA sofas, but also a complete range of products based on our strength, which is custom-made textile products. So I would like to, but today I'd like to focus a little bit on the next generation of retail commerce, and talk a little bit about how Bemz fits into that picture as well. In order to give you some perspective, I'd like to talk a little bit about the changes that have occurred in the market that are paving the way for this next generation of retail. The retail market transformation that's happening right now is similar to the market transformation at the turn of the 19th century, when we became a mass market society. And retail experts are telling us now that nothing that has happened before can prepare us for the change that's about to happen in the retail market. And what's causing these changes in the retail market, I think all of us in this room know, and that is technology that has disrupted the retail market and caused this profound shift, or is causing this profound shift. So how has technology disrupted the retail market? Technology has enabled global sales opportunities for retailers. Their products can be purchased by customers around the world via their websites with no requirement for physical infrastructure. Previously, if you wanted to address new markets, you would have to go to that market, set up a local organization, set up local stores, and it would be a very, very high infrastructure cost in order to address global markets. The internet has changed all of that. But not just global access to customers. Customers can also shop at home, in remote locations. They can be up in Luleå and place an order on your website in the middle of the night. They can make a purchase decision. They can engage with your brand at a time and a place that's convenient for them. And technology also enables new kinds of business models. Think about Amazon.com and iTunes, who offer endless supply of products. And companies like Bemz, because we are an internet company, we can offer a greater selection of products than a huge company like IKEA, simply because we don't have to produce products until the customer places their order. But even more importantly, or most importantly, technology and the internet have transformed customers and their expectations of a customer-vendor relationship. Customers today have a voice, which is enabled by social media. They want to be involved. They want to be heard. In fact, they demand to be involved, and they expect companies to listen to them. They're also informed. They research, they go to Google, they research their purchases, they listen to their peers and people that they trust, and they make informed decisions about their purchases. But most of all, they want to express their individuality. They are not mass market consumers. They want to be unique, they want to purchase products or services which are unique, and they want to be recognized as individuals. They demand a meaningful or relevant experience for themselves. They have a limited attention span, and in order to engage with a product or a service, they expect an experience which is meaningful to their own experience. These individuals who demand that we recognize them have led us to the next and most important revolution in commerce, a revolution which is started by the people and will be realized by the companies who can deliver the products and the services that will meet their needs. It's all about me. Me-commerce, the next generation of commerce. And I don't even call it e-commerce anymore, because it really is just about commerce. It's me-commerce. It's being available to your customer when and where they want to have this relationship with you, and when and where they want to purchase your products or services. In order to address this next generation of consumers, you must engage in this conversation. They may discover a product on their way home from work, on the train, surfing Facebook on a mobile device. They might continue to research and browse once they get home on your website, and then they may actually want to go into a physical store to see a product, to touch a product, and then complete the purchase later at work via your website. And this conversation needs to be supported both in a physical world and in a virtual world. They also expect relevancy. They expect products and services that are relevant to their needs, but also demand that the experience with your brand is relevant to them as an individual. For example, at Bemz, we offer a one-of-a-kind personal product choice for an IKEA sofa, a mass market product. We offer relevancy of products, and we turn a mass market product like an IKEA sofa into a product which is a symbol of individual choice. This product reflects my personal style. So me-commerce is the very core of Bemz.com. Customers co-design their products with us. They are involved and participatory, and we offer them individually designed products with the pricing of a mass market product. It also means providing this relevant individual experience throughout the retail experience. I know you've been here before, so I will offer you the things that I know, in which I know you are interested. I will send you offers and information about your interests. I care about you and I see you as a person. The customer is at the center. We are in the midst of moving now from a mass market society to individuated consumption and individual consumers. And we in the retail market need to address the market in a totally different way in order to both survive and to thrive. So how do you support this next generation customer and create a me-commerce business model? First, you need to increase your touch points to the customer. Sell where the customer is. Mobile, by telephone, customer service, online, physical stores. Support a multi-channel journey. You need to build brand and communication messages across channels. Support a multi-channel communication strategy. Understand that your customer will move between channels as they make their purchase decision, and use social media to amplify your message. From there, your customers and your advocates will pick up the ball and create a groundswell effect. I think that MeUndies showed us some really, really great examples of that earlier today. And content becomes a very powerful marketing tool. People want to share messages that are meaningful and relevant to them, and most likely that is not advertising. With content, you can create value and engagement around your brand message. And of course, the customer is in the center. You need to focus on customer experience and a customer-centric business model in everything that you do. And according to Gartner, 86% of customers said they would pay for a better customer experience, and 58% of customers said they would recommend companies who deliver customer experiences that were superior to others. So the customer journey and the customer experience is critical, and it delivers, the benefit is that it delivers a deeper bond between you and your customers and delivers the right information or the right insight to help you to make the right product development messages. And you need to curate the customer experience. Sarah said earlier about this, something about abundance of choice. And customers today, these individual customers, they want choice, but they have difficulty to make decisions. They have difficulty to make a choice. So you need to provide the guidance or the advice to help your customers make that choice. Additionally, curation plus content together become a very valuable differentiation for your brand. And you notice that I'm not talking about price as differentiation at all. You also need to continuously innovate across all lines of business, and that's crucial to your success. Innovate with your products, your business model, delivery model. Somebody else this morning said, think fast. We see ourselves as a technology company, and our unique business opportunity comes from these new emerging business models and technology interrupts. The internet was our first interrupt and allowed us to deliver our business idea, our business model. And then the idea of mass customization or personalization, and then the movement towards social internet and mobile internet. And we see in our future that we have the possibility to develop new services, to move towards crowdsourcing and customer-led. We believe that we've just begun our journey. Both Amazon and Jeff Bezos were pioneers in e-commerce, both early in the market, and Jeff had an entirely new business model that was enabled by the internet. And unlike those who simply use the internet as another sales channel, Jeff was passionate about the coming retail revolution. And we have a similar business opportunity, or a bigger business opportunity even in the coming market revolution that Amazon had in the first wave. And right now is a transformative do or die period. There will be winners and there will be losers. And we know historically that the incumbents have had difficulty to make the leap to the next generation. And that means there are opportunities for all of us here. This shakes up the playing field and leaves great opportunities for new companies like yours, which represent the next generation of retail. Thank you.
Any questions from Connie or Mikael?
So, hi.
Hi.
Before the lunch here, we had the Apple discounter on stage who were talking a lot about how they have optimized things. So at the first glance, you can say probably that they are in this end, and what you're explaining here is on this end. And there has to be some kind of limitation onto how much we can allow customers to actually decide and change the way they are doing things. And you were saying that we need to help them to choose, but isn't it so to combine the best of these two examples that we need to help them to decide right?
Yeah, absolutely. I knew you were going to ask that question because I sat in on the presentations earlier this morning. And I absolutely believe that there will always be large groups of customers who want the same thing. But I think the opportunity is to offer individual experiences for them, to recognize them as individuals. So I think that, you know, the more that you have automated services in the background or support infrastructures, the more you can personalize on the front end. So I think they have a huge opportunity. And I think it is about curation and guidance to help customers find the product or the service, in this case, medical prescriptions that are right for them, or help them. I think that they have tons of opportunity.
Any other question?
You're mentioning that you need to be relevant towards your customers, and I'm curious to know if you are offering a huge variety of services or products. What should be the main focus for other online shoppers or e-commerce in order to put their focus and be relevant to attract customers? What
You
is
mean
your main
for all
advice?
e-commerce?
Yeah, what is your main advice?
I think that everyone should think about what is their differentiation, rather than focusing on price, because we all know that price is a very slippery slope. So to figure out what is your differentiation, how you can provide extra value to your customers, what is unique about you. Some people earlier this morning talked about networks, communities. You can create a network or community around your product. No, I can't, there was something else I was going to say as well, but I can't remember.
We asked the audience a question. I told you before that we were going
Yes.
to ask them about customized. So it's interesting to see what they answered. Any comments from you, Mikael or Connie, about the question and what they answered?
Everything, where do I begin? A third of the population. Yeah, I think it's a good thing for the customers and it's a good thing for the suppliers, because there seems to be a lot to be done going forward.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Lesley, for coming. It was a real pleasure, and we're looking forward to follow Bemz in the future.
Great,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.